So here we go. I'm not sure how well it's going to go, but let's try and build a squad good enough to take us up to tier 8. Hello, welcome to part 20 of Flight to the Prem with British Airways, and in today's episode we've got our end of season review and our transfer special, where hopefully we try and sign as many players as possible, ideally good enough for tier 9 and hopefully young enough to make a step up to tier 8 and beyond. That's the plan anyway. Not sure if it will go according to plan, but let's not worry about any of that for now. Let's take a look at our end of season review. So as you can see, we were crowned champions in yesterday's episode. If you didn't watch it, go make sure you check it out, because it was a good episode. We won, we got crowned champions. We lost in the Challenge Cup final, but that doesn't really matter because we did win it last season. So let's take a look at some of the brilliant signings that we signed in this season. So starting off with Ibi Oloteji, board transfer reaction, only a C, but he scored 44 goals in 44 games. That is, I don't need to be good at maths, but that is a goal a game. Well, pretty much. One goal contribution a game. That's pretty good. Harry Oliphant, another good signing. I'm hoping he does somehow stay on. He is out of contract at Grantham, but so who knows? We might try and make him a permanent signing. Niche is not going to stay with us. So is Elliot. He's not staying. Joe Johnson looked like a very decent player we had, but he does play for Western Superman. Is he out of contract? No, he's not. We'll try and extend this zone, because I reckon, what is he? Good player for Division Tier 10, but potentially regional first, which I am told is Tier 8, I think. Richie Mbele, yeah, he's definitely not good enough for Tier 9. Uwas Markovic, a young goalkeeper, still got bags of potential. He is staying around with us. Kinsey, he was an okay player, again, alone, but probably not good enough for tier 9 just yet. Obviously, Smith was just an emergency signing. So not really an emergency backup, because he did play quite a lot of games. 12 assists from left back, that's not too bad. Obviously, I think he's probably going to be pretty much retiring in the future. Stringfellow, a good player. I'm not sure if he's going to stay around with us for next season, but I think he is out. He is out of contract, so I might try and get back. I might not. Then Rowan Smith, he was he was not good at all. And Humphreys, he's okay. He's pretty good. So he'll hopefully get some more game time this year. He can definitely make the step up to tier 9. Same with Sam Flat. Probably won't see him next season, so he'll probably be returning to Benerique unless he's out of contract. We might, if he comes in on trial, we might try and sign him. I'm not going to try and sign him if we don't see him as a trialist. So board expectation, record a tier 10 top half finish. We did that by flying colours. We actually finished first, so not too bad. FA Vars, we got knocked out in the first round by Met Police on penalties, so not too bad. Then the Challenge Cup, you all know what happened. We lost on penalties in the final. Both cups we went out on penalties, so that's quite spectacular that actually happened. Club reputation stayed the same, still the half stars. Suspect it might go up to 1 star in a couple seasons. No sponsorship deals at this level. Then annual revenue has gone down. I'm expecting competition prize money to hopefully go up a lot more this year, considering we are in the FA Cup this year. I'm not sure what about the Fat Cup, or the FA Trophy as many people call it. So hopefully competition prize money goes up a lot more this year. This is our best 11. Starting in goal with Paul at Brick. I very much doubt we're going to get him onto a new contract, because he's just the leading player for tier 10. He's not going to make the step up into tier 9, so we will look out for another goalkeeper. Again, we've got Markovic as backup if he needs to play. Then we've got Johnson, Stringfellow, Flats and Smith. I'm fairly sure this back four will be completely different next season. Same with the midfield, Totster and Kinsey. They're both going to be leaving us. So we've got Olivant, who obviously is out of contract at Grantham, so I wouldn't mind trying to sign him because he was absolutely fantastic for us. So we've got Sartorius, Francis, and Onateju. Obviously, those three players staying with us for next season. We don't need to worry about them unless we get some big offers in for them, which I very much doubt that. So let's see what the board want us to do next season. So they want us to play attacking football, possession football, make the most of set pieces, play entertaining football, play high tempo pressing football. And I believe that's pretty much the same as last season. So I think that's all fine. Work within the wage budget. My contract expires at the end of next season, so that's fine. Or does it expire at the end of this year? I can't remember when I signed the new contract, but we can take a look at that. I think that's all fine. They want us to top our finish. That says end of 27-28 season, so I reckon it probably will be something along the lines of probably avoid relegation this year. I think that's pretty much accurate. When did I sign my new contract? Oh, yikes. Okay, I suspect they will offer me a new contract in the near future. Who the hell is Matt Rose? We're going to cancel that because I don't know who he is. We are going to ask for a new contract. I know they'll probably offer me one anyway, but I just want to be on the safe side. Imagine if they don't offer me a new contract. Imagine the scenes if that happens. Well, I don't know what to do here. I'm not sure what happens. Obviously, we've still got about a month before my contract expires, but they've just rejected it. So, okay, this is going to get interesting. So, right, we'll just do that. Level 10. Yeah, level 10. It's fine. I'm a little bit worried now because they're not offering me a new contract. I'll take a pay cut. I'll do whatever. Oh God. Oh no. This is Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but hopefully they do offer me a new contract. So I think I probably will just jump to probably maybe beginning of July, maybe mid of June, or hopefully when they finally decide to offer me a new contract. Well, I didn't have to wait long, but British Airways have finally decided to offer me a new contract. They did leave me on the edge, but thankfully, I didn't have to wait too long. £200. It's going to be quite a while before we can get a pay increase. So can we get another year? Can we? No, just 1 year. Just 1 year. That's fine. That's fine. A new contract done and dusted for this season. There we go. There's the confirmation. New contract expiring 2027. So we best just hope we get a top half finish. So we get a new contract for next season. Another promotion would be lovely, but obviously we haven't signed any players yet. We've got brought in a few trialists at the moment, but we've only offered a couple of people new contracts. Let's just hide all the trialists. Can I hide the trialists? Trial? No, not yet, not yet. You know what? I'll just get rid of all the trialists. And I can sort of see what I need to do with the squad. We have offered some players a contract. I'm not sure if they'll come in just yet. Obviously, if they do, I will let you know about them. But at the moment, these are the players that are currently out of contract. What's this guy doing here? Let's get you out of here because you're definitely not good enough. All right, that's fine. That's him gone. So Paul Break is out of contract. Obviously, he's in playing for tier 10. He's definitely not going to be good enough for tier 9, so he'll be leaving us. So Rowan Smith, obviously, as you can see, a team has already offered him a contract. But County, who are in our league. They finished ninth, so yeah, he can stay in tier 9, tier 10. Danny Smith, obviously, definitely not good enough for us anymore. Beltot still will also be leaving us at the end of this season. Spencer Moore, he was our best player that we had, like proper British Airways player. It's a shame to see him go, but he's just not good enough for tier 9. But you know what? I think he's deserved it. I think we have to nickname him Sir Spencer Moore. He's just a club legend at this point. So Sir Spencer Moore will be leaving us at the end of this season, along with Richie and Bailey, Marcus Elliott. George Sims will also be leaving us. He's just hasn't progressed of how he would be, but still only young, so we might see him back at British Airways in a couple of years' time. You never know then. And I'm fairly sure all of these zone players will be leaving us anyway. Olivant, is he out of contract? I wouldn't mind trying to sign him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with him because he is a very good player, along with Jody Johnson. I wouldn't mind trying to get him back for another year. What is he? Potentially regional first. You know what? We'll try and load him back for next season, but I don't think Western Superman are going to play ball with us. So Harry Oliver will try and sign him, but if he doesn't want to come in, that's fine by me. Let's get rid of all these trials. Let's get them out of the club because we don't need them in. Once we've sort of seen them, I tend to just bin them off. Oliver has agreed. I am concerned about his expected wage. See, this is the problem we're going to have with most of the players. We're going to have this sort of problem. They want a wage of £140. In my eyes, that's like tier 7, tier 6 sort of money. That's not going to happen. What were you on originally? 40 quid. Okay, that's £100 a week pay rise. That's not going to happen. We'll give you 70. No, Harry Oliphant, you are done with this club because the wages are a bit of an issue. So we'll wait until free transfer day. Hopefully, we may have a few players in before free transfer day. So find out about that soon. It's currently the 9th of June. We've got our business started early. Let's introduce our 3 new players, starting with Curtis Turner. He is a 32-year-old English centre mid, 3.5 stars of current ability, a leading player for tier 10. Obviously, unlikely to improve, but we'll make do with it for now. I don't think that means anything. The main thing is, he does look like a pretty decent player, I think. He has come in on a free transfer from Russell, who are tier 8. Yeah, tier 8. So made them start 35 games for him, which probably does say to me he's probably good enough for tier 9. So I think it'll be fine. Worst comes to worst, we do just release him because he has agreed to come in on a non-contract. Doesn't make any sense to me, but he has. The next signing is Luke Duffy. He's a 27-year-old English left winger, 3.5 stars of current ability, leading player for this league, but can make the improvement to tier 9. He is coming from Malvern Town, also on a free transfer. Another one who's supposedly agreed to a non-contract. I mean, that's what they both wanted, so I've given them that. So I just thought that was a little bit strange because we've never given anyone a non-contract. The next signing is Frank Owusu. He's a 19-year-old English right back, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential leading player for the tier 10. Potentially regional first, which that's tier 7. Is that tier 7? Yeah, that's tier, yeah. So, right, regional first. Tier 7 is the one with the green logo. Tier 8 is the red logo. I think that's what it means, yeah. So, tier 7 green, tier 8 red. That makes a lot more sense. So, in terms of signings, not a bad bunch of players. Obviously, we have got a couple more trialists here. We have offered a trialist a contract to Charlie Allen. Again, another player with a non-contract, and we've also given a trial to Joe Wilkinson. We will accept that trial, see if he's any good, which he does look good. Let's try and offer him a contract. Again, another one that's wants a non-contract. I mean, that just seems a bit weird. I'm not sure if the non-contracts actually come out of the wage budget. I'm not sure if they do, but hopefully that's not the case, because if it does, it's costing us 160 quid a week. So hopefully that's not the case, but I don't think it will do, because it does say wage NA. So hopefully, I don't think it does contribute to the available wage budget. So hopefully that should be fine. So in terms of transfers, that's probably it for for another month. So I'm gonna come back just sort of round about the beginning of July. Hopefully we've added a couple of trialists come in. Hopefully we may have signed a few players, but let's find out. So it's currently the 8th of July. We have signed another 3 more players. We do have 2 currently waiting for their contracts to be signed. So hopefully these 2 players do end up coming in, because they do look quite good. But let's introduce the other 3 players. We'll start off with one player that we technically signed on the back end of last season, and that is Joe Wilkinson. He is a English-year-old, 30 years old, centre back, 4 stars of current ability. Good player for this league. That is very good. Actually, a leading player for this league. He has ignore the fact that he played for this side for us while we were in T10. He was signed for us this season, but it's technically counted as last season. But he came in on a free transfer from Daventry, who are in the tier 8. So looks like a very, very good player. Actually came through the Huddersfield Youth Academy. So not a bad little player we've got there. Next signing is Charlie Butler. He is a English-year-old 19 left back, 19-year-old left back, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good player for this league, but potentially regional first. He came in on a free transfer from Bullhampton, who are in the Panorama National, I believe. I think they've actually just been relegated. Yeah, they've just been relegated to the Panorama South. So not a bad little player. We've got another good youngster. Then next youngster is Jack Dixon. He's an English 18-year-old right winger, 3 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good player for this league, but potentially regional first. He came in on a free transfer from Port Vale, so another good EFL player. If he's anything like Ibiola Teju, who came in on a free transfer from Cheltenham, he is going to be absolutely fantastic for us. Again, cheap wages, which is what I've been looking for pretty much most of this transfer window. Cheap wages or on long-hand contracts. We haven't brought in any loans as of yet, but at the moment, this is what the squad does currently look like. So for now, in goal, we've just got Uros Markovic. Don't get me wrong, still looking out for another striker, but we don't have long before our first game of the season, because the season actually starts a little bit earlier this year, or a lot earlier. It starts 25th of July, so we've got 17 days before our first league game. So this is what the squad currently looks like. Uros Markovic in goal. Obviously, we will sign another goalkeeper. Obviously, not yet. Then centre-backs, we've got Joe Wilkinson and Ben Humphries. Right back, we've got Frank Arusu and Charlie Butler as the left back. So definitely need another couple of 3 or 4 defenders. So 2 centre-backs and a full back on either side. Then centre mids, we've got Curtis Turner, Richie and Bailey. I did decide to give him a new contract in the end, even though I said I wasn't going to, but he is a good player for this league. So he's probably fine as a backup. Obviously, we'll get in another couple of centre mids. I don't know who this Benny de Cruz guy is, but He's a youth player. We won't worry about him. I'm not sure why he's here, but he is. Presumably just to make up the numbers. Then left wingers, we've got Luke Duffy and Aid Francis. Obviously, probably Francis as the main out-and-out left winger. Duffy as the... Is Duffy actually... Yeah, he is actually a left winger, so probably Duffy as the backup. Then right wingers, we've got Dixon. That's it. That's going to be... Who's Luke Cresswell? He's a youth player as well. So we've just got Jack Dixon as on the right-hand side. Then in the middle, we've got Sartorius. Then up front, we've got A. Francis. It says Francis is left. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the wrong guy. It says Ibi Onatation is the right winger. He's not. He's a striker. A very good striker. A good player for this league, actually. Potentially regional first. So that's not too bad. Obviously, we'll ignore the best position because this thing can be a bit temperamental at times. But I think most of the players, it's got them in their normal position, apart from Onatation, who is a striker. Most of them are in their correct positions that I'm going to play them this season. So, I think looking at this, we basically need at least one player for each position. Apart from left winger, that position is pretty much done. So we need a goalkeeper, right back, left back, 2 centre backs, 2 centre mids, a right winger, a centre attacker mid, left wingers all sorted, and a striker. So we need at least, I don't know how many positions I said. I say at least what we're working with at the moment. Bearing in mind this is going to include youth players. We've got 15. Obviously, take out Malcolm Hayes and Benny De Cruz and Cresswell. So that leaves us with like 12 and Grant. So that's 11. So yeah, we need at least another 11 players before the 25th of July. So hopefully that might work out. Obviously, we will bring in some loan players as well. So probably about 6 permanent, 5 loans. That should be fine. But fingers crossed, by the 25th of July, we should have at least, at the bare minimum, a 20-man squad. Well, it's the first day of a brand new football season, and I think we're probably short of about 1 or 2 players. I'm not sure which positions, but I think it's probably a striker and a right winger. But we can find that out once we have introduced all of our players that we have signed in this episode. So we'll start off with the players that we signed on the back end of last season. So starting off with Frank Owusu, who's a 19-year-old English right back, 3 stars of current ability, 5 stars worth of potential, good player for this league. We signed him from Tamworth on a free transfer, so looks like could be a very good player. Bags of potential. Hopefully we can sort of make a profit on him, but I very much doubt that will ever happen again. Obviously, Manny Shodaru, our most expensive player, we've sold 1.1k. Hopefully we can break that this season. I very much doubt it, but who knows. The next signing was Luke Duffy. He's a 27-year-old English left winger, 2.5 stars current ability, good player for this league. Signed him from Malvern Town on a free transfer. Very much a backup for Aid Francis. The next signing is Curtis Turner. He's a 32-year-old English centre mid, 3 stars current ability, good player for this league. Signed him from Russell on a free transfer. Actually, a playing experience at Mansfield and Barnsley. Never actually got into the first team, but he played for them. That's the main thing. The next signing is Joe Wilkinson, not to be confused by the English comedian. He's 30 years old, 3.5 stars current ability, good leading player for this league. He came in on a free transfer from Daventry, started off his career at Huddersfield and has just basically done a non-league tour. And moving on to this season, players he might have met, may not have met. So starting off with Charlie Butlin. He's a 19-year-old English left back, 3 stars current ability, 5 star potential, good player for this league, but potentially regional first. He came in on a free transfer from Bournemouth, had a loan spell at Red Hill last season where he played 30 games, 1 assist. That's not too bad considering he is quite young. And next signing is Jack Dixon. He's a English 18-year-old right winger. 3 stars current ability, good player for this league. Potentially regional first. He came in on a free transfer from Port Vale. I can't want to get in the habit of trying to sign at least one player that got released from an EFL club, which we have done this season. The next signing is Jake Hewitt. He's a 20-year-old English centre-back, 3-star current ability, 5 stars potential. Good player for this league, but potentially regional first. He came in on a free transfer from Sholing. She started off his career at Southend United, so not a bad club to start. Their next signing is Owen Hughes, who's a 19-year-old English goalkeeper, 4 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. I mean, that's a decent player. Leading player for this league, potentially regional first. He re-signed him on a free transfer from Kidderminster. Had a loan spell at Highland Dibden a couple of seasons ago where he played 32 games, conceded 42, 5 clean sheets and 4 player for matches. That's a pretty impressive loan spell if you ask me. The next signing is Elliot Long. He's a 25-year-old English centre attacking mid, 3 stars of ability. Good player for this league. We signed him on a free transfer from Deal Town. So it's like a pretty solid a fringe player, which is actually what he wanted to be. So he's basically a backup for Elliot Sartorius for this season. Their next signing is Ryan Grosvenor. He's a English centre mid, 2.5 stars of current ability, 4-star potential. Good player for this league. Could potentially be a good regional first player. We signed him from Kettering Town on a free transfer. Their next signing is Vinny Metas. He is a English 23-year-old right back, 2 stars current ability, 4-star potential. Decent player for this league. Signed him from Leighton Town on a free transfer. Very much a backup for whoever our right back is for this season. Then Henry Moore is a 21-year-old English centre-back, 3 stars current ability, 5-star potential. Good player for this league. He's come in on loan from Whitstable for this season. Then last signing but not least is Louis Atalado. He is a left back but can also play striker. We brought him in primarily to be our backup left back. He's a good player for this league. We signed him on a free transfer from Mikolova. Actually started off his career at Grimsby, then moved to Grimsby Borough. So he's I think he pretty much stayed in the same area, but looks like a pretty decent player. We've still got one player potentially coming in. So I think, judging by this squad, so obviously we've got 2 goalkeepers. Defence is pretty much done. Yeah, defence is done. I know Louis Adlong, it says he's a striker, but he's a left back, so ignore that. So defence is actually pretty solid, I think. So we've probably got we've got pretty much solid, I think. So defence, goalkeeping done. Centre mid we could do with potentially one more. Well, we signed another. Well, yeah, Ryan Grosvenor. Technically, he is a left mid, but he'll be fine in the centre mid role. So yeah, potentially we do need another centre mid. So we'll keep an eye out for one of them. Probably alone, I think. Then right wingers, we're pretty much fine. No, we're not fine. We actually need one more. That's one player we didn't really look for. So probably try and get in alone or permanent. See what's available. Then centre attacker mid, we are all fine for because we've got Sartorius and Elliot Long who can play up front. So we might, if we don't happen to get in a striker, we might just use him as our backup striker. And left wingers are fine. So with that squad, let's take a look where we are predicted to finish. So we're actually predicted to finish 5th, which I was not expecting that. I thought it'd be like mid-table, bottom half, that sort of area. But no, they're they're actually ranking us quite highly, 5th place. I think that is the playoff. So, is it too much to ask for? 2 promotions on the bounce? It's definitely possible. I think, obviously, with the right players brought in, we could potentially do a couple promotions back to back. I'm not saying we're going to do 8 promotions back to back, but it's always possible with the right signings. So, I think that being it, I'm going to end today's episode where I will see you all in the next episode where we'll be playing our first match of the new season against Marlow, and we shall begin our FA Cup adventure against Virginia Water. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.